Went out to my mailbox this morning. I got this all the way from Calgary, Alberta, from a guy named Adam from eBay. Um, got it for $19, and not only got these wicked wax packs, I got some really nice cards of a certain awesome player who played for the Canucks. There's a clue. His initials are VB. No, not VB. PB, because he had a brother named with VB who played for my beloved Montreal Canadiens. But my French isn't good. So let's get right down to opening these packs. So we're gonna break some packs open. So classic OPC Premier 1993, not as good as a 90 Premier, but you know, when you buy something for like $19.99, you get what you pay for, and you take what you can get. And I got lots of hockey cards, so I'm not going to complain. So we're just sorry my wrist got in there, but okay. So we got a star performer. So I'm guessing this is the insert. We got Ray Ferraro. Woo! Yeah, that commentator right between the boards. Actually, Ray wasn't a bad player. 216 goals at his 91-92 career. I think he started in 87, so that's some pretty solid numbers for Mr. Ray Ferraro. 577 penalty minutes, 466 points, almost 500 points by 91-92, 92-93. 250 assists. So yeah, and the big 88, Eric Lindros. Now there's quite a lot of controversy behind Eric. People say, oh well, Eric cheated the Quebec Nordiques out of playing there. And just recently, Eric made an appearance at, I think it was the Quebec Rempart Arena. What happened was, when the draft happened, Eric refused to go there because of ownership. The owner of the Quebec Nordiques at that time was constantly harassing Eric's parents to have him go to Quebec. He had his own personal reasons why he didn't want to go, but that was the biggest reason. And you can't blame Eric Lindros for feeling that way. In exchange, Quebec got, what was it, Peter Forsberg, who was like pretty good, solid player. If Quebec had stayed in Quebec, they probably would have won the cup multiple times. It would have been quite a controversy if Waugh went to Quebec instead of Colorado. Just putting it out there. So yeah, this I don't think this is a rookie. I know it's not. I have his rookie. That's just, he's so young that he had to play with the Canadian Olympic team that year. Bob Carpenter, Wily veteran. I have cards of him from like 85, 86. Yeah, left winger for the Capitals. He'd been there for quite some time. Because even my early cards of him show him with the Capitals. He did play with the Bruins at one time. Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah. I think he made a return to the Caps because I have an 85, 86 OPG with him. And it's not too far away. I could grab it and show you a picture of Bobby Carpenter. Bobby Holik. This is one of my favorite players of that era. Bobby is just one of those go-to guys that just gets things done. He's a team favorite. He played with the Whalers to start his career, Hartford. Him and I don't think Chris Pronger played with him. I think Pronger came in during the Sanderson days. Vitaly Prokhorov. Don't know much about him. This looks pretty fresh. Sparkov Moscow. So I'm going to say I was World Juniors. Joe Juno, another very talented hockey player. Could it be his rookie? I don't think so. Yeah, he also played with Montreal, a Boston Bruin that went to Montreal. You don't see that happen too much. Andy Moog did it when he got traded from Dallas. I'm betting there was a lot of persuasion from Bob Gainey for him to go to Montreal because, once a Bruin, always a Bruin. Once a Hab, always a Hab. You know, Bill Lindsay. Interesting. I don't know much about him as a Nordique. Yeah, trying to remember. No, see, I I didn't have these cards. I didn't have the complete sets. There's still. I'd like to get some of the early '90s OPGs. And Sean Cronin finish out on defenseman. He looks like that wily defenseman that you need for a shut down the penalty kills. Penalty minutes 703, but then he's been in the league for quite some time. I know he played in the Jets system. Yeah. Yeah, you're not going to find a lot of stats on a defenseman, but the most important stats is that they block a lot of shots. They take a lot more injury than the average forward. It depends on the forward. Depends on the forward. Um, yeah, like you look at like Bobby Orr. Oh wait, he was defensive. He was like the best defenseman out there, but his ankles. Took, he he could have played longer, but his ankles gave out. Mike Bossy's a prime example of a sad career that could have went further, and it was really sad. You had a player that could generate 50 goals a year, and he had the same thing as I call the Bobby Orr syndrome, where his ankles kicked out. I'm Creighton in the 1991 score. The biggest card you could find in here would probably be Marty Berdeur's rookie, the draft one, which is really cool because he's got a mustache and there's no other card of him with a mustache. David Shaw, Mark Fitzpatrick. Another rookie to look for is Mark Fitzpatrick's backup at the time, Jeff Hackett. Um, his son followed in steps, and he, like, Matt Hackett, and he did, I think he made it to the Bruins or something. It's just kind of hard to stand behind the, like, Tuukka Rask and the likes of Tim Thomas and wait for your turn. It's one of the most difficult positions. Drake Barahowski's there. You got some Toronto Maple Leaf content finally. For all you Leaf fans that are watching out here, assistant coach with the Barrie Colts now. I think he is. Not sure what he's doing now. 1990 Stanley Cup champions, the Edmonton Oilers. It's a nice card. It's got a picture of the beautiful Stanley Cup. It's something we're really missing out on, and I miss that my Puro Pete's of the OHL are not in the playoffs. It would have been fun. Um, this is also is a great way, just kind of curb everything that's been going on in this world right now, and just kind of mellow out and relax. And just look at some hockey cards. Paul Cavallini, this guy was a great player. His plus minus was up there. He led them in the category of threes of defensemen. Riche McCown. I didn't know Riche was a defenseman. He played more like a forward. Maybe he was a forward. I don't know. But I know Cavallini was a pretty good player. Ooh, we got a Mark Messier and a Doug Wilson. Dougie Wilson, the GM of the San Jose Sharks, and that is him with the Chicago Blackhawks. First team All-Star cards. I like these All-Star cards. I always did like them. Like we did the little blur thing. you know, Mark Messier. I've actually talked to this guy. He was coming down George Street. They were showing the cup, and I wanted to get some autographs. He told me to meet him at a restaurant, and then he said an Italian restaurant. And at that time, I thought it was a fish restaurant, and I didn't know where he meant by an Italian restaurant. So I was confused. So I just went home. It totally sucked. I didn't get to meet Mark Messier. So, yeah, lesson learned from that. Darren Pupa, another great goaltender of the early 90s. I can't remember when his career started. Left-hander. Um, he kind of went a little unnoticed, but still a great, really good for his time. If he'd been with a team like, I don't know, say like the Nordiques, like if the Nordiques had got him with their all-star status, or team like Edmonton. No, Edmonton, they had so many talented goalies. But say if Vancouver nailed him and got him for that big run they had with 94, I bet you they would have taken the cup, and then by swapping the goalies. I don't think really though McLean was to blame for that. It was just, was it lack of talent? I don't know. Those teams were well coached. It really does come down to who plays the other. Ray Bork, one of my favorites. I'll have to see if that's in my Ray Bork collection. The scary thing about cards packs is when you open them, you gotta be careful not damaging the corners or creasing them if you do it the wrong way. Mike Gartner. A lot of people don't know much about Mike Gartner. He's at that time he had close to 500 goals, one away from 450, 440 assists, 889 points, penalty minutes 810, 850 games played. Just a solid player. And played with a ton of teams. He started out in Washington, and he actually held the scoring record until Ovechkin broke it. Peterborough boy, Pete, Steve Larmer. I met him in person. This guy's awesome. Really good guy. Almost 300 goals. Very respectful record back then. 380 assists, 676 points. Penalty minutes, a very low 283. Yeah. This really is a solid player from where I stand here. I think like when he really played the game with a lot of heart. Him and his brother Jeff played in the NHL. Jeff played for the Blackhawks. 83, 84. I got the rookie card down there. Steve Larmer. It'll show Steve Ludzik as a rookie card. So if you're like wondering, I actually asked Steve about that, and yeah, he said, yeah, Steve Ludzik was on his rookie card. Steve Ludzik wasn't doing too well. He was in the hospital. He needed a blood transfusion. So hopefully he's doing well. Again, here's another elite player, Luke Robitaille from the QMJHL. They didn't have a jersey for him back in '84, so they gave him a lapel pin, and he was so happy with that. He's one of the highest scoring left wingers of the LA Kings at like 196 goals, 196 assists, 394 points. Yeah, 213 penalty minutes, and that was from 87 up to 90. And what can we say about Dougie Gilmour? He just does everything. He's Mr. Everything. He just gets it done. I actually know a friend that worked in a restaurant, and he used to get drunk with Dougie Gilmour during his Toronto Maple Leafs days. So when the Leafs had homestands, and it was on a weekend, and after the game, him and Dougie would get into the booze really heavy. And that's a true story. They'd sit in the kitchen and they get drunk out of their minds. Or at the bar. No, it wasn't at the bar because that's a violation. But yeah, there are some wild places, like things that players, sports stars do for fun. But then there's a lot of wild things I've done. Heck, we all done crazy things. So I'm opening another pack. So every time I do that, that phone's gonna go down. I know we're getting high in minutes. So we got Norman Lacombe. Just another quality player. A Philadelphia Flyer. My friend Eric will like that. If he has my YouTube channel, I'll have to message him my YouTube. Corey Millen, draft pick, top prospect. I don't know too much about him. You gotta remember, I'm a Habs fan. Ken Hodge, and then there's Ken Hodge Sr., so this is Ken Hodge Jr. Actually, this guy was quite a hockey star back in his day. He had a 30-goal season as a rookie. Lots of promise, lots of potential during his days as a hockey player. Good all-around player. Rick Tocchet. Wow. And great hockey player, Rick Tocchet. Head coach of the Arizona Coyotes. I think he's still there. Now there's a mullet. Now that's a mullet. I forgot Rick Tocchet had a mullet. I shouldn't say too much. At least he has hair. I'm losing all my hair. I'm going bald. Yeah, and there's another card of Eric Lindros. Eric Lindros was big back then. Yeah, the downfall of the early 90s cards was the invasion of how many cards there was. Different companies collaborating and like making their own cards. And it really hurt the market. And there was only like a small dozen of cards that were worth money. Clint Malarchuk, another good goalie. Yeah, there's some scary stuff about Clint Malarchuk. I'm not going to go into detail because it's a little gross. Yeah. Paul Sear, another quality hockey player. And, yeah. Had one of the better captains in the league in Ron Francis. So, yeah. He's a left winger. So, and here we go. Richard Pallon, another quality hockey player. And, yeah. Defenseman. One of those key penalty killers. It's important to always have good quality defensemen. That's how I built my NHL 16 roster. Unfortunately, I had to give up Darnell Nurse and the team I dealt him to. They're like second, right behind my team. So, and they're in the Western Conference. But I got Connor McDavid in exchange in my CHL mode for NHL 16. So I think it was a pretty fair trade. And then I had to give up a few other players. 200 forwards. That's the way the CPU likes to tease you. Anyway, so Stephen Rice, another quality hockey player. Yeah, Mike Eagles, same thing, quality hockey player. Actually, he's done quite well. 40 goals. Huh. 2 20-goal seasons. Yeah, from the East Coast of Sussex and New Brunswick. So, yeah. Wow. Okay, cool. So, Peter Doors, a quality hockey player. I remember when he played. I remember the rivalries between him and the Montreal Canadiens. He kind of played like a rougher style hockey. He played similar to what Cam Neely could. and he wasn't fun to play against. It was one of the reasons why some of the series went in Boston's favor, because he was just one of those types of players who could play that shutdown role on the Habs, like just kind of get underneath their skin. Jeff Hackett. So there's the guy I'm talking about. Yeah, that was after he got dealt from the Islanders to the Sharks. Gave him more of an independent part of his career. That was when the Sharks were just starting out. There was still a lot of stuff going on down there. But yeah, he was one of the more brighter lights down there. And I think even Dougie Wilson went down that year to Sharkland. Darcy Walklock, he was a pretty good goalie back in his day. So yeah, 356. He had his good days. He had his bad days. Yeah. I forgot he played for Buffalo. Yeah. And then Wayne Presley, a quality hockey player. Don't know much about these guys. Actually, 93 goals, not too bad. Solid. Almost 100 goal scorer, and probably 100 goal scorer with the Sharks that year. Randy Gillen, been in the league for quite some time. Yeah, the Penguins. That's right. Starting to come back. Okay, so here is the Series 1, 93-94. It's never been opened till now. Yeah, so this is really good. These card packs didn't cost much. They're like $19.99, free shipping. The dude's selling them for, I just call him Adam, selling them for on eBay. It depends on how many you want. So you could go with another, they could go for $39 to $100. It depends on how many you want. Like, he has lots of collection left. Just getting this open. Gotta open it safely. So we're just gonna keep the camera on the eyes to this out. Yeah. Oh wow, it's double-sided. 394. Ooh, got some nice stuff here. Jeff Shantz, World Juniors. I don't have this card. I always wondered if Jeff Shantz was related to David Shantz. Jeff Shantz. If that was his father. Because, like, if you look at the eyes, there is a resemblance. I think I asked David, and I think he said no. His father's a businessman out in Alberta. That's what he did tell me. Oh, wow. Vinny Domfus. This is a great card because that was the year the Montreal Canadiens took the Stanley Cup. You gotta love Vinny if you're a Habs fan. So this is a real treat for me to find a Vinny Domfus. Oh, Lucky Luke Robitaille. I love these 100-point clubs. There's another Lucky Luke. These are really nice cards. This style, yeah, quite a few nice inserts in this one. So 3 solid inserts. We're up to 4 now. Thomas Nemzicki, Czech Republic, Czechoslovakia back then. Wow. Hard to believe I know all this stuff. You gotta remember how old I am. I can remember when Czechoslovakia was one country until they parted ways, and there was a lot of turmoil back then. So, yeah, Sergei Zubov. This is his second year. This guy could really play hockey, and he was quality player. This is the type of player, if you're going to win a cup, this is the type of defenseman you want on your team. Zubov was the type of player, He knew how to do a shutdown role. He could play an offensive role. You put him on any part of the line, and he knew what to do and how to do it. He was just a pleasure for coaches to coach. Stefan Fizet, another quality goaltender right there. Really kind of flies underneath the radar, and I think it's because he played in Quebec. So he didn't get the footage, and also he got a lot of tutelage from Ronnie Hextall. So his game really improved to a 227 goals against average. Those are like WA numbers. Ooh, look at this. We got another Ray Ferraro. Look at that. A quality TSN commentator, I tell you. 230 goals. So we can do a Ray in review. If I can find that Ray. Oh, gosh. Oh, just give me a moment. 216, so he had 230 by difference of 2 years. Probably injuries. Hockey's a physical sport. Shane Corson. This is when he was dealt. This was after the Canadians won the cup. This is right. That's the year the Rangers won the cup. So that's Zubov. Yeah, he helped. He was a key part of the reason the Rangers won it. Yes, Messi was too, but there was quite a few other reasons. Wow. Shane Corson. Great hockey player. His son played with the Colts and the Greyhounds in the OHL. Yeah. Oh, he was born Barrie, Ontario, so that's why his son went to Barrie Colts organization. Okay. So, here we go. We got Travis Green. I always liked Travis Green. What can you not say that he just was a great hockey player? He went to the Leafs and he seemed to be good quality. Wherever he went, he kind of had like that 4-leaf clover presence. So there you go. And I think he's out coaching the Vancouver Canucks. I'm not sure, or he's working in the organization somewhere. Andre Lemakin, this is his rookie card. I don't know much about him. Actually, that's 2 seasons in. Oh, you know what this is? This is the Florida Panthers first, like, all their draft picks they picked up. Like, you know how you get the Vegas Golden Knights and you get the season of the cards? Like, I got several Marc-Andre Fleury's where it shows him getting drafted. See, these are the same type of cards. So he actually had 2 seasons in with the Flyers of Philadelphia. And then the expansion draft takes him over to Florida. And then, so the last 2 cards, just gotta get them going here. Gotta remember they've been sitting in a wax pack for quite a while. Alexander Andreevsky, and yeah, 1 NHL season. Wow. So, yeah. This would probably be his second year. I don't know much about him. I have heard of him. I came over from the Soviet Union, so he probably spent a lot of time playing hockey in the Soviet Union. And then Gary Shukik. And yeah, another quality player, and that was just when he got drafted. He played with the Red Wings for a season. And he had some time in the AHL, conditioning stint, Kings. Yeah, so there you go. So here's what I got in individual cards. So this is the guy I was talking about with the initials PV. Yeah, you guessed it, Pavel Bure. So we got a whole bunch of Pavel Bure here. For all you Pavel Bure fans like me. I'm just hoping I can find his rookie card in here. His Upper Deck 1991 YG. I doubt it, but it's worth a shot. For $20, it'd be worth the wait and finding it. Wow, he's quite the goal scorer back then. He was fun to watch. Like it didn't like you watch the late night games and there was Pavel Bure and like it was worth staying up for and then Saturday Night Live. And then if I tried to change a channel to Saturday Night Live, because there was only 3 channels, my dad would yell at me because like, he was watching Pavel Bure and stuff. And as long as they weren't playing the Habs, my dad was happy. If they're playing the Leafs, my dad was even happier, or the Bruins. And I didn't feel that way about the Leafs because I got like I don't know how many friends, and they all love the Leafs. They love the Leafs. I wish the Leafs fans that they will win the cup soon. This was a huge road bump this year that every Chelsea team is out of the playoffs. Yeah. So there's more cards. Some exciting ones here. I always liked what Chippy has to say, who was the only Canuck to have his jersey retired. Yeah, Stan Smeel, I knew that one. I have a lot of Stan Smeel cards. Great hockey player. Bure, Canadian Ice, Donruss. Let's see if I actually have these cards. No. 60 goals. Wow. 60 goal season. Yeah. Wow. $160 goal season, huh? Yeah, and it's one of the reasons you want to have his rookie card. He's just one of those talented players. It's exciting to watch him. Well, that actually looks like a practice jersey instead of like a regular season jersey. Sorry if I went silent there for a bit. Yeah. And this is my all-time favorite Canucks jersey. The black one with this, I call this Screaming Skate. Just a great looking jersey. This one I've been looking for quite some time. I have the other one where he's sitting up on the rollerblades. Super cool picture of him, 91, 92. This looks like off-season training. Or he's getting ready before a game. Okay, we've seen that one. Okay, so I know this is running a little long, and so we're just gonna try to go through these. I just don't want to damage the cards. So there is when they started to switch it up to, I'm not going to take that sticker apart, so to the one of the other different styles of the Canuck symbols. But still my favorite will be the Screaming Skate. And there's all the stickers you could get, and some of them. And then a nice little flare. And let's get all the ones with the top loaders. So here's the last one, the All-Star Game for Ultra. We just got a few more to go through here. Some really nice cards in there. This was a really nice collection. This was his father's collection. I didn't bother to ask what happened, so but I'm gonna make sure I take really good care of these cards. This is a real treat. See Bure, he's a great hockey player. I've never seen him play. I can look him up on YouTube though. That's a great picture of him. Well, and I got that Bure. The one below. I think I might even have this one. So yeah, that's only 2 out of the inserts in of these ones. The Bure collection I have. Yeah, this is a neat one. Look how much dedication he puts into his fans signing autographs. Bobby Orr did the same thing. He'd sign like thousands of autograph sticks. Like people say, oh, buying a Bobby Orr, I just got this one with a COA and it cost me over $2,000. Yeah, but you can find a Bobby Orr stick from like the 1970s. And the problem is now the market is so crowded with all those sticks signed and autographed, and they are authentic. There's proof right there. Like Pavel Bure used to do hundreds and thousands of sticks too. But the sad fact is that when you do all that stuff, it floods the market and it just makes it too common and the value goes down. So like for you to find something really rare, it'd be like, I don't know, an autographed Gordie Howe rookie card that is like GH9 something, because it's a small rookie card, or even if it was autographed just in very small print, that would be really rare. So yeah, autographs, you got to be careful what you buy. They are, lots of them are certified. There are fakes out there. Yeah, so the rookie report, I didn't have that card till now, and that's pretty cool. The Calder Trophy, nice. Another Pavel Bure 92-93. Yeah. I had that card when I was a kid, and I thought it was his rookie, and I just didn't understand. So there we go. That's it. Ends with a pro set, a common. I think I had that pro set too. Back in the day. You know how we all got rid of our pro sets because they weren't worth as much. But if you get the Paul Gillis, I think, and as the error card, that's worth a ton. So there we go. Did a bunch of unwrapping of cards. So I'll see you later. You have yourself a great day. Bye for now.